Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Crowley House Flower Farm and Nursery. Today, it's actually kind of a big day. We have the nursery opening up officially, so the next 3 days, what we've got going is our pumpkins and mums. I mean, it's very humble beginnings, I have to say, but the idea is that folks can come out and just kind of get to know us, get to know the location and the vibe here on the farm. So today, I just went and bought a little bit of apple cider and some just snickerdoodle cookies. You know, I thought how fitting that would be for an opening, and we're going to have that in the studio along with, you know, just a few other things. So Keith is getting the nursery set up. I am working in the studio and also cutting more flowers. We've got orders going out as well. So, you know, life just doesn't stop on the flower farm itself. You know, we still have all the watering and everything like that to do. So it's a very full life right now. I'm loving it, but I'm getting tired. I'm going to be ready for a slower pace, which is not going to happen until mid-December. So I've got to keep my running shoes on and just, you know, try and take deep breaths every once in a while. Brayden has farmer's market today. We worked on putting bouquets together. Then I all of a sudden realized, oh, I need 2 pay stations. So I'm rigging up our old one, and I'm just going to run it off my phone here at the farm, probably because it's not going to be very busy here, but it will be at the farmer's market. So I'm sending him with the iPad and all of the goodies along that way. And then yeah, it's just, life is really, really full right now. It's beautiful, but it's very, very full. Okay, so I just thought this week's video, I'm going to take you along as we kind of get the nursery open and going. Also, I'm going to take you along and show you a little fall arrangement that I'm doing for a wedding. And Riley had a wedding that is all white. It's very clean, classic. So I'm going to show you that and, you know, bits and pieces throughout the week. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so our soft opening today is Thursday, the first day. We have had so many customers. Oh my gosh, my heart feels so blessed and I'm so thankful. The only part is that Keith took off for a little bit, and so I've been running the farm stand by myself because Brayden's at the farmer's market. So just trying to make sure that everything is covered, and of course everybody comes at once. So I've had a little bit of a break right now. So I am just gonna go ahead and start on the next wedding. Hopefully, I just didn't want to get in the middle of it and then, you know, more people show up, but I've got to start working on it. So now that it's quiet, I think I'm just going to grab some buckets out and start designing. Okay, it's another morning here and it's really rainy. This morning it just dumped, and of course a customer came by and wanted flowers, so I had to go cut, and I was not prepared, so my hair is wet. I didn't even have a raincoat. I had to dig one out. Anyways, finally got the heater out because I'm just freezing. I wanted to show you guys the buckets going out this morning. So the one was the customer, she's having a baby shower and they were short on flowers, and we were right down the road from the Grange, so she thought she would buy in just a little bit to kind of fill in what they're doing in their mason jars. And then the other bucket is going out for a wedding. And we do that a lot here on the farm, I would say. We can do some weddings that are pretty high style, but a lot of times they'll do their own table arrangements because that's where the costs can really add up. And right now there's a big trend in just doing bud vases. So it's really, really simple to do. It doesn't take a lot of skill. And I think a lot of brides feel like they have that skill set to actually be able to do it. So I'm going to show you both of those here in just a second. So these buckets are going out this morning. And then I have two big centerpiece. They're like floor installation pieces, and I'm trying a new technique for it. So it's not something we typically do, but because Riley's gone and we have a few other things going on, I thought it might be easier for me to do it this way, and I thought I would take you along as I get that done. And I also have just a quick little centerpiece that's going to go in the welcome table, so I will show you that as well. Okay, so today I am using a little bit of olive, which I love, but some of the olive right now has the olive still on it. They're kind of drying. This wedding has a little bit of black undertone. You can kind of see by the vase. And so I'm just using a little bit of olive, a tiny bit of eucalyptus, some darker greens, and then some bay, which is kind of between a brighter green and the light green. So anyways, I am just gonna put this together and take you along as I do it, and you can just watch me put together a beautiful fall inspired. Oh, this is the other thing I was going to show you guys. We just have a little bit of peony foliage to add in just to kind of bring the fall into this white and green wedding. This is what I was planning on using for the wedding. It has these like really cool little hooks, and I think what this is for is to actually put oasis through here and hold it up. I'm hoping to kind of do more of an eco-friendly with this one, but this is gonna go, they're probably, oh, I don't know, almost 3 feet, 2.5 feet long. I have 2 of them. So I'm gonna put them together here, and this fills with water and will be heavy, which in the past, we have had a problem with them tipping over, so I'm hoping this might work. Now, I just found these at the wholesaler. I don't know how it's gonna work. It's a little bit of a risk, but I'll see how it goes. So while I'm getting this prepped, I'm gonna give you a quick sneak peek at the wedding we did last weekend for Caroline. If you're interested in seeing more of that wedding, you can head on over to the Epic Family Road Trip, and they will have a beautiful wedding video to watch there. So we just snuck a few photos, a few things with our wedding. It was just super busy, so it's hard to capture everything, but we wanted to capture a little bit for you to see. Anyways, it's a beautiful design, very fall. These two are very white, but anyways, here you go.
Okay, we're out here in the Upper Canada camp area, and we're just foraging for our wedding, but look at this gorgeous wild white aster. It's literally perfect. It's exactly what our bride is wanting, that gorgeous wildflower feel. So we're giving it to her. We're out here, we're cutting grass, we're cutting trees, and it's gonna be gorgeous. Riley, so I'm thinking you and Sylvia sit here, and I will give you branches to hold that one, and then maybe... Well, I think we can just hold it.
I can stand up too, like on
Okay. Could we put this bigger, the ones that stick out the furthest up top too, and you guys just hold on to them? Riley and I are here just styling up this beautiful arch piece. Look at that, you guys. Antlers, and it's just kind of rustic, beautiful, beautiful view, but I think the flowers turned out nice. We struggled a little bit. I mean, look how thick these old barn wood timbers are. You see a lot of this around in this area. Super thick, chunky, but could you imagine this in your garden? Holy cow. I mean, oh, I would love it. So pretty. So anyways, that is what we're doing here. So I just have to fill in with some of these flowers here. You can see out in the distance we have the tent and the barn, so that's where the reception is going to be, and that's my next job, is to get that all done. So I just have some beautiful flowers we're going to pop down. We have one arrangement at the base. I kind of like that. I'm going to step back so you guys can see that. It is really, really pretty. Underneath the blanket is some chairs that I need to set out in a minute. Okay, back to designing. This guy here, I had to jimmy rig away. I mean, it was totally falling apart. So I got it done. I used a little bit of Spanish moss down here, and then I just kind of had to tape along here and a little bit above to hold it all into place. But isn't this one gorgeous, you guys? So fun. So this container thing is really cool because it holds water. So I'm filling it. It says to fill it, and then you'll drain it afterwards, I guess. So I just grabbed some water and I'm filling it up before I add my mechanics to it. So I got everything kind of put together. These clips kind of hold in place with like a little bracket, and you kind of have to push them down in. I just have a little bit of Spanish moss over the top of it. I'll probably add a few more after I'm done, but we'll see how it turns out. So I went ahead and started on the design, and I forgot to push play on the camera, but it's coming together really nicely. I finished up all the greenery, and now I'm just adding in the white flowers. So it's really pretty. So I think I'm gonna hold it here for tonight. I'm kind of getting tired. I've been thinking about that a little bit lately, how doing big designs like this can sometimes be mentally tiring when you're trying to arrange and grow or be able to create the depth that you need. I know that sounds really, really weird, but I think I'm tired anyways. But anyways, okay, those are the two pieces. They're gonna flank either side of the bride and groom as they get married, and then it's gonna go, I believe, in front of the head table. So here is final look. For the most part, I'm gonna touch it up in the morning. I always do better with that. So I wanted to show you really quickly behind the scenes. So this is gonna be kind of hidden back here, but I added in some of these mums to give it height. You can see the Spanish moss back there, and then there's just a little bit of German status, and then some foliage that I had left over from another wedding that I tucked back here just to kind of give it a little bit of fullness. So it didn't look so, unfinished. Anyways, so that's kind of what this design for this wedding is going to be. So I think it's gonna look really, really pretty when it's all done. So today I was working on a couple weddings for next week, which I'll show you the full styles of those. I'll be filming that on Saturday. But for this week, I just wanted to show you a little bit behind the scene. We had 2 white weddings, which is a little confusing, but they both had different looks. One is very clean, modern, a little bit more, I would say a little bit more daring on the style. The other one was a little more traditional and had a very traditional feel. She also wanted a little bit of baby's breath and a little fall touch to it. So both of them were stunners. Both of them are going to be beautiful to set up, and I will show you the end result of those next week. This week, as you know, we just got back from Canada. We styled for Riley's cousin and my niece, Caroline, and if some of you guys watch them from Epic Family Road Trip, they're a really cool family that go around traveling. They do all kind of life experiences, but Caroline met somebody, so that was really cool. We went there, the weather was gorgeous. We did some foraging, we did some, just my sister Amber from Riverwood Gardens, you've seen me do some work with her before. She helped us with this design. Her and Riley mainly did most of that. I did a lot of styling. We just pulled together what we had, and my sister Carol, she brought like a whole bunch of antlers from their cabin and some really cool things, like vintage things that just meant a lot to them. So it turned out absolutely stunning. So this week I just didn't have a lot of time to put together a really good video that's all about gardening. It's kind of mismatched, so I appreciate you hanging in there till the end. But if you haven't yet given us a big thumbs up, a comment below, and subscribe, we would love to have you tag along. Okay, until next time, much success in all you do and grow, and we'll be seeing you shortly back here at Crowley House very soon. Bye.